forward, since GST is ever-changing law, along with income tax and all other acts, I feel that by way of practically working with them and with the continuous support of leadership, we will definitely learn a lot more things. Sure.
Yeah, this is a summarization of what we have all realized as benefits of continuous learning.
Yeah. So, these are some of the benefits of continuous learning. One is remain relevant. Now, if you are working in a particular industry, you need to have, continuous, you have to update your knowledge continuously. If you are working in a secretarial department, you need to ensure that you know all the provisions of the Companies Act. Just like what Debtanu said, your Companies Act also was, totally the 1956 Act was scrapped, and the new Act 2013 came. That time we were very struggling because we had that 1956 Act, all sections built in our mind. We were, there was totally reshuffling of sections. So if I have to be relevant in this particular domain, I have to ensure that my knowledge is regularly updated. So that is one of the benefit of continuous learning. Prepare for the unexpected. Now see, tomorrow company may tell you, you leave the job and go. What do you do? So that time, if you are not, no, I'm just giving a extreme example. So if your knowledge is up to date in the whatever industry or function you are working, it is very easy for you to get a job outside. So you have to always prepare for unexpected. So that is another advantage of continuous learning.
Your team is hissing among themselves, yeah.
So see, I gave that example because as I said, nothing is permanent. You have to be ready for all changes. Boost your profile. Another example, by continuous learning, you can boost your profile. I can always recommend somebody. If Shiva wants some help, I can always tell him, Shanti is there. She has learned this particular thing. That will boost your profile, and you get added advantage of promotion or whatever growing further in the organization. So that is another benefit of continuous learning. Competence leads to confidence. Now you will be, by that continuous learning will give you that confidence. Even if you are standing before 1,000 people and you are speaking on a particular subject, if you have that confidence, and from where does the confidence come? The confidence comes from the knowledge. So you have to ensure that you have to take some time out on daily basis to read, read your magazines or whatever professional publications you get. So much material available on Google and all those online platforms. Nowadays, getting that information is so fast. So when you keep your knowledge updated, that gives you a lot of confidence. Another advantage of continuous learning. Sparks new ideas. So yesterday, Mr. Aluwalia says, nazariya badal do, to nazare badal jayenge. So what is that? Once you learn, you change your perspective. So, once you learn more and more about a particular thing, you come to know about the new aspects of that particular thing or a particular problem. You will be able to identify a new solution, new way of doing those particular things. So that is another advantage. Sparks new idea when you have a continuous learning process. Change your perspective. Same. Nazariya badlo, nazare badal jayenge. So that additional knowledge gives you different perspective. Pay it forward. Now, once you develop the habit of continuously learning, you as a leader, then you will also ensure that you encourage your team to learn further. So thereby you can encourage them also to learn further, thereby benefiting the entire your juniors also and the organization also.
No, as I would just like to add one thing, as you told that it helps us to keep competitive. So I will again like to give a practical example. When I was working in a company, they were importing most of the materials, and by subsequent analysis or study by their purchase team, they came to know that if they localize their parts, then it will be very much beneficial for them. They can save the import duty, and thereby they have saved a very significant portion. So why I mean this, because many a time we become complacent. जो हम लोग कर रहे हैं वही तो बराबर है. But if we look at the competitive industry and see how they are doing business, see, as in Blue Star, as I told, we have implemented a lot of RPAs and all those things. Similarly, और भी कुछ ऐसा है जहाँ से हम लोग improve कर सकते हैं. This is also a continuous learning. So continuous learning is not only within the job; it is a lifelong learning. It continues with you.
So now we are done actually. So whatever deliberation, reflection, anybody wants to share any idea or want to have any discussion on anything, open.
In my view, what this last 1.5 day we have been doing, we spoke about 10x, about continuous learning. In my view, continuous learning is a minimum requirement to succeed in the field, any field.
Right.
That is a minimum requirement. This is a reflection which I am getting.
Right.
So the organizations make it mandatory to spend minimum hours. Even for chartered accountants also, you have to study minimum hours of 30 hours. So I think this kind of force should not be MP, it should come from inside, which is missing most of the time. People find the ways and means. People find ways and means to overcome that. Nobody wants to study. So that is the most how it makes a difference for individuals.
And you have to cultivate that habit, that will not, force is not important. Cultivating that habit within inside yourself is more important. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Shiva sir, Rajesh sir, Debtanu sir. It's a wonderful understanding that you gave on the continuous learning, why we need that. So, setting the context right, I would like to invite Kundeep sir and Vikas sir to move us ahead with the session. And the topic for them is culture of innovation.
This is YouTube channel of Blue Age Group, and we are having panel discussion live on YouTube, and the topic is culture of innovation. And we are the panelist, myself Kundeep Thakkar and my co-panelist
Vikas Jain.
So innovation is a buzzword today, and that's why we have selected this topic. I would like to understand from Vikas. Vikas, what is innovation?
Okay, Kundeep. Innovation is the generation, acceptance, and implementation of new ideas, process, products, or services. Right? One of the key examples which I can give here is a mobile phone, which, if you recollect, 3 decades back, we used to use the dialer phone, then the digital phone came, then the cordless phone came, and then come the mobile phone, which was also used as only for talking and hearing it. But today, if you see the smart mobile phone which has come, it has taken control of radio, TV, newspaper, computer, post office, books, local markets, calculator, cinema hall, tape recorder, camera, watch, games, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely right. Now, what innovation will lead to actually?
So innovation will lead to new products. New products means, for example, I mean, like we used to use the lamp in older days. Now we have a bulb. After that, then we had CFL, and then we had the LED concept. So this is how the product journey starts. So this is the new products that come in. Then it may lead to a new process.
Okay.
Today in manufacturing process, if you see, most of the companies use robotic process, which has improved the efficiency of the production and the manufacturing. So this is kind of example of a new process. Then opening of a new market. So opening of new market is like, for example, we are, after establishing in India, Blue Star went to the globe. So the new market, which is could be like an international market, where first we went to Middle East, now we are going to USA, Europe, etc., etc. So this is how the new market emerges. And then next is new way of organizing the business. See, we have been selling in the traditional market through general trade. Now we have grown or moved towards with the change time, we have moved to the e-commerce market and modern trade market, which is expanding very rapidly. So if you are moving to the new way of business, is extremely important. Next way is providing the service. The way of dealing with the service has changed. For example, we were using taxi from the very long time, but now with the Uber and Ola has come up, the new way of providing the service has come in, which is completely innovative, like Zomato for food, for example. And now for the new source of supply can also erupt, like with the changing time, with the global or the geopolitical reasons, we realize that we cannot be dependent on China. So this way we try to find the alternate means of supplies, which could be for Malaysia, Vietnam, or even indigenization of the products. So this is how the new source of supply comes. So these are the 6 ways where innovation can happen and lead to.
Yeah, very well,
Before
very
we
well
go forward,
explained.
Kundeep, I can just want to keep inform all our listeners who are seeing us live today.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that you have called me to this channel, which has almost 2.2 million subscribers.
Right.
And a lot of people are seeing us live. So we have also put a lot of posters here, which give, because innovation is like a, I mean, there are 100 ways to define the innovation. And I request all the participants who are lucky enough to see us live in this room, they can use this opportunity to see and read each and every sentence, which will make a different and important sense of innovation.
Correct. And I would say, like our channel, subscribe to that if you have not subscribed yet, and comment on that. Now we have a huge user base, the subscriber base, and one of our viewer is there with us to say something about the innovation which he liked. So I would like to invite Bharat Trivedi to say something on innovation which he likes.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. So as you can see on the screen, the upper side of picture is to bring water in a conventional way, which we have seen in villages and towns. The bottom side is the innovative way to bring water from water bodies like rivers, lakes to the source or to the consumption place. So in 1991, 2 innovators of South Africa, thought of this problem that many people in the village need to carry water on their heads, and they used to take too much of time. So they found a innovative solution of this, and you can see on the bottom side is the hippo roller. It is a drum made up of HDPE, which you can pull and push. It can contain 90 liters of water at a time. It can reduce 80% of time in terms of water transportability. It can store water for a longer period of time, which in turn benefit the people of South Africa. It may look primitive to us, but because we have a reasonably good access of water in our homes, but this innovation has a far-reaching social benefit for the people of South Africa. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Bharat.
So Bharat, I have one question if
Yeah.
you permit. So Bharat, I see that, I mean, it is gone into live in India also as well.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what the cost of this?
Yeah, so this hippo roller cost around 2,800, and it can last up to 7 years.
Oh, great.
Very
So I mean, anybody from the audience want to ask any question to him, they are most welcome to do it. Oh, great.
Wonderful. So innovation which started in South Africa has reached India.
Up to
It
Vada.
has reached to our Vada as well. Great. So thank you, sir, for adding this. Taking the discussion forward, Vikas, what is the difference between innovation and invention?
Yeah.
A lot
so
of
this-
people get
yes,
confused about
right,
this.
right,
So
right,
can you
absolutely
throw some
right.
light?
So invention is something which is a generation of an idea. So first thing for any innovation also is idea which is required, some new concept, some new thinking, some new idea. But when it leads to giving a value to it, then only it becomes innovation. So anything leads to invention plus commercialization of that, it becomes an innovation. So there is a need to deliver a value of an idea, because a lot of thousands of people across, if you see in India, is full of ideas, but the very rare ideas gets implemented. They keep thinking. First of all, they do not come out of the shell of even speaking, and those who speak, it doesn't get implemented. So implementation, and that it results to a value, then it becomes an innovation.
Very rightly said. Now we have another of our member of this
Viewer.
channel,
Yeah.
and the viewer who is there in this room, and we would invite Mr. Rashid Sayed, who found that UPI is something which has changed the digital payment in India, and maybe across the world it is going to change this. Yeah, Rashid?
Good evening, all. See, I liked in this innovation UPI system, which is a part of RPI, that is real payment real payment system. Okay, UPI, that is unified payment interference. It is the application of internet and internet system and transfer combination of digital wallet and internet banking. Launched by NPCI, that is National Payment Corporation of India, in the year 2016, and just 6 years, this system has done a revolution in digital payment system. UPI has become the most popular way of the online transaction. 71% of the people, 70% of the users prefer the UPI apps such as Beam, Google Pay, Phone Pay and Paytm, Amazon Pay, etc. Roughly 260 million people are using UPI, and another 150 million users are connected with Aadhaar card linked payment system. So this is a part of UPI only. Daily transaction limit of UPI is 1 lakh, okay, and the 1 lakh rupees, and maximum transaction you can do 10 transaction per day. The benefits of this UPI system is you can transfer your money 24/7 anybody, or you can receive the money. Instant transfer through IMPS. Multiple mode of payment, that is through mobile numbers, Aadhaar link bank, Aadhaar link bank IDs, UPI IDs, QR codes. You can use this system for any smallest transaction. For example, like purchasing vegetables, milk, travels, online shopping, food, fooding, and sea travels. I give you a simple example where I am working. See, I am in P2B team, working in datamatics. Presently, we are sitting in datamatics. I have seen the lot of people who are purchasing cigarette of rupees 10 and half chai, cutting chai it is called.
That is
Okay. The total bill will be 15 rupees, but that person will, on the click of mobile, pay that money to that vendor. So this is actually very good revolution.
Thank you, Rasid. You have
Thank you,
wonderfully explained.
Thank you.
Big hands for Rasid.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I don't remember when did I visited bank last time.
Right.
Don't need to go to bank, don't need to carry cash.
And timings also, any time, any so flexibility you have.
Yeah, absolutely right. And I remember last time when I went to Ooty, and from Ooty I was going to a waterfall. In between we purchased some 30 rupees thing on the highway. It was neither a village nor anything. And that lady said, I said I don't have change. And that lady said just QR code, and we were able to.
Only beggars,
that.
beggars have to start this facility.
I think some jokes are running around that as well. So we have interacted with lot of users, lot of our viewers, and one of them who is not in this room has also sent a video, and I would like to run the video.
Mike.
Yeah. Mic is on. So Mr. Arun Soni from Gurgaon is impressed with 3D printing.
Let's hear from them. लैपटॉप का स्पीकर ऑन है
Laptop का speaker. We'll skip this thing. Yeah, in the interest of time, we will skip this message from Arun and move to the next thing. So Vikas, coming back to you, in one more question I have is whether innovation will always result in a positive result?
No, yeah, you are right, Gundeep. Of course, innovation may sometimes lead to a negative results also if it is not handled properly.
Oh.
So one is the very live example is of the nuclear power. If nuclear power is used in the effective manner for generation of electricity, so that definitely is a positive. But it is used for the duplicating of weapons, then definitely it's a negative thing. So similarly, the cigarettes, for example, if you have a cigarette is a negative innovation for that matter.
Okay, understood. So I'm sorry, because of the tech issue, we will not be able to run through the message from
Probably
Pariti Agarwal.
we can explain on their behalf. You can start the video, let her put picture come.
Yeah.
So Paridi is sits in Gurgaon. She is an executive in CPAG.
Yeah.
So she was very much impressed on the plastic use for the bricks. Actually, one case is it is plastic is used for recycling in a positive manner, and then it leads to a making of a brick. And these bricks are very commonly now started being used in the manufacturing of the building is concerned. So this is what she has conveyed.
Yes,
in
he
this
has
message.
explained a lot of benefits.
She has given for the example
The durability of this brick is more, the time taken is very less, and the building becomes even this is earthquake resistant, and a lot many benefits are there.
She is explaining the process also in this, where the plastic comes, that it is shattered through making the very small parts, and then it's compacted in form of the brick.
So isn't it interesting? I mean, plastic bricks can make your building within no time. Moving to now the next user or next viewer is from this room only, and she is Gunika Arora. I would request Gunika. She is impressed by the drone ambulance innovation.
Yes, so good evening everyone. So my idea of an innovation that impressed was drone ambulance. So we sit in a time where maximum number of deaths in the country are because of heart attacks, cardiac arrests and respiratory issues. So in such cases, it is difficult for ambulance and they take longer to arrive to the site of the issue. So in order to avoid traffics, drone ambulance were introduced first in Sweden, and they are coming to India also. And last year in 2021, June 2021, the trials began in Bangalore. So because the first few minutes in a heart attack, let's say, where these ambulances are the most successful, so if the correct remedial procedure is shared with is provided to the user, it is very beneficial. So these drone ambulance are generally of two types. One are manned and the second are unmanned. While the cost of unmanned drones can go very high, manned vehicles, ambulances can go very high. So unmanned drones are currently the ones that are being trialed here. Then again, the technical term that we normally use for these is, it's called UAVs, which is unmanned aerial vehicles. So that was my idea of innovation.
So Gunika, is it has been implemented in India as well?
Yes, as I said, the trial started in June 2021, last year.
So my favorite question, I mean, what is the cost? Will it be affordable for Indians?
Yes, so as I said, currently the ones under trial are the unmanned ones, wherein they're not driven, they're automized by a person sitting at a particular location and then sent. So the average costing of these comes around 7 to 8 lakhs, which is a lot cheaper than the vehicles, the normal ambulances that we have. However, the manned ones are currently, they're not cost efficient yet. They come somewhere around 45 to 48 lakhs.
Correct.
So
Thank you. Yeah, but it will become, I mean, affordable.
definitely.
But I think for hilly areas and the remote areas, this will be a boon for saving the people.
Right. Absolutely.
So moving on. Thanks, Kunika. One more question I have, Vikas. Is innovation useful only in business context?
Yeah.
Or there are some perspective?
Yeah, you are right, Kundeep. Generally, innovation in last few decades has become a buzzword for business, and it is mostly used for the business context only. But it is not that correct actually. It has been used for the very, very long time in the past. For example, Mahatma Gandhi used a very innovative idea of non-violence. So this is how he united entire country, and it has a lot of geopolitical consequences. We are all aware. So this is how where you will say that it is not actually exactly related to growth, but it has a value which has been delivered for the country. Here I would like to give you some more examples, so interesting example of how Indians use the innovation in very smarter manner. See, Indians use this and they call in the general language as jugaad. Okay, so jugaad is the concept which Indians generally use. They, I mean, if you can see the picture, first picture, where one motorcycler is carrying 8 to 10 people very comfortably and he's earning his living. He's creating a value out of it for sure. Or pressure cooker is used for making a filter coffee. Have you ever?
I have tasted the filter coffee.
But yes, not through cooker pressure. It is makes it more and more tastier. Actually, you can try it out next time.
Okay. In fact, I can add to this example. I went to this Kerala massage center, the Kerala Vaidisala, and there for steam bath they are using the same thing. I mean, the pipe is put into that steam room, and I myself got the steam massage through this pressure cooker technology. So this jugaad is very
so
much.
these are the rest of the jugaad also you can see. But let us move ahead in the interest of time.
Yeah, but what are the different types of the innovation?
Yeah, so this is very important and interesting, but important for all of us to understand. There is a technology which changes, and there is a market which changes. So I mean, if you say the incremental innovation is concerned, you have a same market and the same technology, but you upgrade the technology in such a way that you are able to grow and develop a value for it. So one of the very example which I gave you recently is the smartphone. See, the features are getting added, the new apps are coming, so it is increasing the value, but the market remains the same and the technology by and large remains the same. Then we have a disruptive innovation where the technology grows, the market remains the same. So this is where the example of e-commerce comes into play. The market remains the same, but the technology has upgraded and it's disrupted the entire local market is concerned.
Right.
Then you have a architectural innovation, which is where you have a technology remains the same, but the market grows. So for here also I gave the example earlier, like the export business. We are predominantly Indian company earlier, but we have moved to the external world, external market. So we increase the market, but the technology or the basic principle remains the same. And then last but not least, a radical market where the market also has adopted new market is grown and the technology also new. For example, when the aeroplane was innovated, the people were not using, they were not flying right there. So it's a new market, a new technology for that matter.
Yeah, I can very well relate. I think in the air conditioning also we can have a application of innovation in the marketing strategy in the sense that instead of selling the product, the cooled air is sold in cubic feet or something like that. I think that is also an innovation in my way.
Yes.
So we are now talking about Blue Star. We had examples from the world, and maybe you can run us through how the room AC innovation happened.
Yes, so I'm very keen to give this example about innovation in Blue Star perspective, and specifically more in room AC where I have worked the most so far. So we had implemented the project TCM. In the project TCM, we tried to work out the value given by the customer for each features of the AC. So we did a market survey with a good quantum of customers to understand what the value they give for each like for example, the remote, how much value they give to the remote. They pay 30,000 rupees, how much value they give for the remote, how much they value give for the cooling, how much value they give to the noise inside the room, how much value they give to the IDU size, ODU size outside, which is sitting outside. They may have a small balcony, they may like to have a smaller IDU. So we captured 7, 8, 10 categories of the value which is associated to a product and how much customer gives a value to that product. And then we tried, so in this example, if you see customer has given the cooling performance 16%. Energy, yani power saving as a feature in the AC, they give 15% value. So value is somebody gives one ranking to this, second ranking to this feature, and this has been combined and collated, and the percentage has been derived. So you know that out of 100% is a universe in which though IDU size inside, which is room, because room size people have small, so they give the size, smaller size of IDU as an importance in terms of values 10%. Then when we compared this with the value that we are actually incurring in our, see maybe we are using high quality remote, which customer is not giving value to it at all. Then we need to have a lower value remote maintaining the quality, but we have to ensure that the customer value has to be matched. Of course, it is not something which can happen overnight. It's a project which was drilled and we are running it from last 2-3 years in order to determine that we meet the market. So important is mark to the market requirement of the customer is met.
Yeah, so I can relate to yesterday's Nikhil sir's presentation. Can you link it to something which Nikhil sir said? Empirical. So maybe we are using data to innovate, right? So on the same subject on room AC, we have another viewer, Sahil Jindal, who is in this room. Sahil, you may come up here also, I don't mind.
You can speak there.
Yeah. So Sahil had sent this slide to us and he wants to speak something about that.
So one of the major innovation in room AC industry that we see, so it started from March 19 and we have 4 years down the line. So it started from the initially peak of actually March 19 to March 20. So it's a premium range of product which we brought at a competitive prices. And effectively we reduced the material cost of the product by 6%, which increased our gross margins as well. And because obviously it's a competitive industry, so cost pressures are really high. So post March 20, then we moved to the next segment by March 21, which was the last ball 6. It was being invoiced from the concept that Virat Kohli we signed as a brand ambassador, and it was the last ball 6 concept, where again we work on the chases optimization and we reduce the cost further. Then there was another project which was being driven next 9 months, that is Plutus 1, which is a design optimization, which worked on the various procurement savings. And then further, obviously with the new other brands giving more better prices, so we invented another project, Plutus 2, which was implemented in October, which again further reduced the cost by 4%. So there you can see 15% of the cost reduction in last 4 years, which effectively improved our overall performance of the business.
Wonderful.
So it is through performance optimization, chassis optimization, design optimization, and procurement savings and the new tools, we were able to meet the market challenge in terms of cut-through competition which is happening in the market, so that without losing the premiumness of the product, but we went to the mass premium range, so which is most cost competitive, but without any compromise of the quality.
Wonderful. I think this will lead our products to an exponential growth, and in next few years we will have a sizable market share compared to what we have today. Now we will show you some live example of Jugaad innovation.
That is completely right, please.
Like in my laptop, the audio is not working, video is working, so we will use video of my laptop and audio from Vikas laptop. This is the Jugaad innovation I am talking about. Start.
Just a second, please.
So we have to collaborate as well to make this Jugaad innovation happen.
I have been asked to talk about innovation. So I thought of talking about cost innovation. Cost innovation is the process of dramatically improving cost for value. Although innovation is popularly perceived as being about features and function, and the appropriate word for it is none, new, unique, differentiated, and difficult to copy. But cost innovation is perhaps more critical to the competitiveness of the entire firm. So I will give a classic example of cost innovation that we did this year. We used to have two compressors. One is getting used in 1.5 ton 3-star and the other one in 1.5 ton 5-star. So we thought of, why can't we commonize this compressor? So what we did a value negotiation. In turn, we went to GMCC, we did a hardball negotiation and tried to bring the gap as close as possible to 1.5 ton 3-star. So we got a price point of 1.5 ton 5-star compressor which was very close to 1.5 ton 3-star. So how did that help us? The entire value chain became lean. Our R&D friends got an opportunity to optimize the entire cooling system, so they were able to significantly reduce the cost of evaporator and condensers by reducing the copper, aluminum, etc. And the entire cost of the product went down in the 5-star segment as well as in the 3-star segment. The big gain came to our sales force. So there was always ambiguity whether the 3-star will sell more or 5-star will sell more. So by this move, we don't have to plan separate inventory for 3-star and 5-star, and we are always ready to support the fluctuations of the front-end team by giving them 3-star and 5-star in a day's time. The third element was spares management. Now we are keeping only one inventory, one compressor as inventory for 1.5 ton 3-star and 5-star. That has significantly reduced the inventory cost what we carry in the spares. As well, the inventory carrying cost in our manufacturing also has come down significantly. Now it is one compressor across 1.5 ton 3-star and 5-star. So this is a classical cost innovation example which we have delivered this year to make the entire value chain lean. Thank you.
Yeah. So Nitya very well explained about the cost innovation which they have done in last 1 or 2 years, and that has led to a lot of saving on inventory cost and the speed with which we can go to market. I mean, the product get manufactured faster, and a lot of benefits are there. So we are very sorry about the sound issue, but this is really another important message we have is from our R&D head, Mr. Sital Kulkarni.
Innovation is the buzzword nowadays. When the companies are looking for getting competitive advantage, innovation is the practical implementation of ideas that result into introduction of new products or services. Innovations can also lead to substantial improvement in existing products or services. is a structured process where prototyping and validation is completed. I would like to give two examples of innovations in our product. First example is screw chiller. We use a refrigerant level sensor in screw chillers. There was a feedback from service that the part is prone to frequent failures. We tried multiple suppliers from Europe and USA. Still the component continued to fail. We also came to know that same component also fails in competitor products. Our logics team started thinking if the refrigerant level can be sensed by any other type of sensor. Finally, they came up with an idea of using combination of temperature and pressure sensors for sensing the refrigerant level virtually. We could not only solve the problem of field failure, but we could also save 18,000 rupees with this innovation. We applied for the patent for this innovation in USA, India and China. The second example is in VRF. When we designed our VRF, new VRF, we had a very low market share and wanted to have some unique feature over competition to make it best in class. A lot of brainstorming was done. It was felt that MNCs offer VRFs, they deliver full capacity at 35 degrees Celsius. And it was felt that Blue Star can offer a superior product if we can deliver the rating capacity at 43 degrees Celsius, which is a more appropriate for Indian summer conditions. When we studied this further, we could understand a technical challenge in implementing this idea. Heat generated by the inverter was too high and that could not be handled with heat sink cooled by air. Lot of experiments were conducted without any success. The team could finally implement this idea by using a refrigerant cooled heat sink. So we use a refrigerant instead of air for removing the heat from inverter. Blue Star could offer a VRF delivering higher capacity than competition during peak Indian summer. This innovation helped us in having competitive advantage in the market and our market share improved dramatically. Today we have market share of more than 20% in Indian market. These are the two examples where innovative ideas have given us great results. Finally, I would like to say that innovation is a creative process. We must encourage our teams to think differently and generate new ideas. A few ideas may fail, but few ideas also will give us breakthrough products or services. We all need to be open-minded and collaborative. Feeling comfortable with uncertainty and being able to manage changes are part of the culture. It is well-known fact that innovation leads to substantial improvement in revenue and profits. Therefore, we need to be supportive to new ideas and create a culture of innovation in the organization.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, Seetal had very good message.
Yes. So Kundeep, can we flip the side for that matter? Can I ask you, can you give some examples of innovation in CFS?
Sure. So we started with World, we came to Blue Star, and now we are reaching to CFS. So in fact, you don't underestimate people of CFS.
No, I know.
They are continuously innovating, and there are many examples, but I have chosen these 4 examples which are done by our CFS team in last few years. Like Star Sampark, most of us know that now almost 10,000 vendors are submitting the invoice online, and close to 3 lakh invoices which we are processing every year. Some 97% invoices are coming through portal, and because of that the processing cycle has reduced dramatically. And there are many more benefit to vendors, like they are able to see different status of invoice and payment status and all. Similarly, Star Connect. Star Connect has connected all our dealers, like they are able to put their requirement, and based on that the order get created.
Almost 800 dealers
and because of that, I think that the sales cycle has reduced dramatically. Similarly, our GST team has done lot of innovation. Debtanu was explaining about RPA and all. So ITC reconciliation and how to maximize the ITC, lot of work has been done on that also. And our own Blue Edge, the channel which we are on, Blue Edge has also been an invention, or I will say innovation, right? So I would like to request Ashok Jadhav, who is touched by these two innovation, Star Sampark and Star Connect.
Yeah, good evening everyone. I'll start with Star Sampark. Prior to Star Sampark, most of the vendors used to prepare invoice and courier hard copy to CBO or Datamatics. Post Star Sampark, these hard copies need not to send for the vendors who have got a digital invoices. That is one advantage. Second is, prior to Star Sampark, channel partners were not having clarity about their work orders as well as invoices. What is the status of their invoices? They used to speak to our people, Blue Star team, and they used to find out. I think Star Sampark is big platform. I have been visiting dealers and they have been appreciating in every forum. Because of Star Sampark, the invoice booking has become faster, payment process is also faster, and indeed that has created a great satisfaction among channel partners. Because most of the channel partners will be interested in their payment, knowing status of their invoice, that has made possible because of Star Sampark. Coming to Star Connect, Star Connect has come into picture because of as a part of ease of doing business. Blue Star conducted survey across the country and find out that there are many people used to comment that booking order is easy in Blue Star than executing. There was a circle who was outsourcing function and it used to take 2 to 3 days to create a sale order. With Star Connect, now the channel partners are having their login ID and they can punch the orders directly. Previously we used to wait for hard copy of purchase order to come from channel partners. Till such time hard copy is not received, we will not execute the orders. Second advantage of Star Connect is channel partners can view the status of their order. Once the order is placed, sale order acknowledgement, it's going to the channel partner's ID. If picking, OBD, invoice generation, all these things are seen by them on the portal. I think that has created added advantage for them. They can also see their statement of account. What all purchases they did, what all payments they made, that also can be seen on the portal. One more advantage is that there is a payment gateway. Channel partners who are on channel finance, they can make payment and automated payment advice is created. Since the automated payment advice is created, there is improvement in the productivity. Other than this, even channel partners, CNC used to get physical signature of channel partners on the agreement. Now even digital agreement we have implemented and that sign up can be taken through Star Sampark. So I think indeed it has resulted into a lot of productivity and great satisfaction among channel partners.
Thank you, Ashok. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ashok. Big hands for Ashok. Actually, he is interacting with channel partners and vendors, and he's giving real feedback. So thank you very much.
Kundeep, what I suggest, I mean, Antara Chaudhary also, she has given a very insightful about the Blue Edge, but we'll skip it. Let's move forward. So I have a next question for you. How to create a culture of innovation?
So briefly I will explain. Basically the innovation is equal to creativity plus commercialization. So we will focus on the creativity part. Commercialization is a process which organization have to do, but as an employee how we can contribute is through creativity. And there are three things related to creativity which I would like to explain. One is the domain skill. The first session talked about continuous learning. So yeah, you have to become expert of your field. Unless you know your subject well, you will not be able to do the innovation in that subject. Second is creative thinking. I mean, you have to seek novelty all the time and diversity, and that's how you can inculcate the creative thinking habit. Then third thing is intrinsic motivation. Like unless you have passion about something, you will not be able to do the breakthrough, right?
Great, yeah.
So passion and pleasure.
Yeah. So can you give some tips to enhance your creativity?
Of course. So as per me, there are 6 tips for creativity, and this is most important part of our today's session. Like First of all, open your mind. By open your mind, I'm saying you have one new experience every day, however small it may be. But new experience will actually, for your mind, it will create a lot of critical and breakthrough thinking. So that's important. Second, diversity. In your problem solving process, bring more people with different perspective, different cultural background, or say different functions, and that will give a lot of ideas. Third, relax. So if you are stressed or in boredom, that is actually blocking your creativity. So always relax. Fourth, stop looking to right answer. I mean, instead of that, stop, so look for many answers, out of which one of them can be a right answer. Then discover your creative rhythm. Some people may get new ideas early in the morning when they are walking. Someone may get new ideas when he's going to bed. Someone while going through local train may get good ideas. I mean, which time is for you that you can find out which is your rhythm and be creative that time. And last one, health makes wealth. I mean, regular exercise not only makes your body strong, but at the same time, your brain is also working very powerfully when you are doing the exercise, or your health is better. So
Definitely,
that's
Sandeep.
it
Yeah,
from my
definitely.
side.
I mean, if we practice all these things, definitely we can change the world. So in the next session, we need to know how CFS team can contribute to innovation and adding value to Blue Star. I think it would be the best if we can request our group CFO himself. He can give us some idea on what should be the CFS, how CFS can contribute.
Yeah. So, Nikhil sir, we would request you to
learning, whether it is innovation, you need time for that. So just take a step back in your life, reflect, try to find that time, keep aside half an hour, 1 hour for you daily. If you are not able to do, you punish yourself by doing something on Saturday. But think whether you can just open up your mind, and I think other things will start happening by themselves. Make a start, that's it. Just make a start.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So last but not the
the
least, we have to make innovation as our part of life. We have to make this as our anthem. Although we are struggling with the voice, let us all have this, read the anthem along with the music.
So this is last part of it. Can we all join together? Walk with me. Innovate. Innovate. Step by step. I request Ravi and Sonak to take us through. Thank you.
Please wake up. We'll give you some good culture and collaborations. And it was an excellent session taken by Kundeep and Vikas. And before that, Shiva, Rajesh, and Debtanu. So we will be also adding up in this way that we also created this collaborative presentation through our YouTube channels. And today, both of us are live here in front of you in this stage, and we'll be presenting you the presentation and not through YouTube channel. So we will start off with this. So yesterday, number of times we have come across this culture of collaboration term. And in these collaborations, we have seen many examples. One key example that we saw yesterday was that we were having some 40 teams which were created to balance the pins. And everyone tried it out, collaborated together. And there was one team who made 43 balances of those pins. And there were others also at various levels. So how was that one team who could make 43 of them? So what led to that success of collaborations? So we were watching them actually. In fact, we were also not on that team. We were watching them, and there were some key features which came out and which is matches with how a successful collaboration can happen and how it can be driven. So that was one big example. And the other example what Sangeeta took related to the chickens. So there was one green channel and there was one red channel chicken which was actually being used in the poultry, and we saw that the green channels which were doing a constructive type of collaborations, they survived and the productivity improved, whereas in case of the red channel chicken, they were doing a destructive type of collaborations, and finally their productivity came down and there was a failure. So that also gives us a lot of insight on what leads to the success of collaborations and what leads or what results into failure of collaborations. So before this, last week also we have given some questionnaire to you all, and we had said that what are your queries and expectations from this session, and you all have very positive enough to give your expectations from our this session, and I'll give it to Ravi to actually show those expectations and train which is coming from that. Yeah, over to you, Ravi.
Yeah, good evening. Actually, as Savanak has already told about that, this we have to calibrate a lot of ourselves to come into a collaboration mode for each and every person. So we practically forget that it is not a one person who can drive neither the business nor your family nor your personal thing. It has to be a collaborative effect between the couple of people, either in your family or in your official work. So based on that, as Saunak has said, that we have sent a various questionnaires to a lot of people, including commercial, CFS and other people, and we got a lot of input from them. So we selected only few of that which we felt is more thirst on that the people were asking. There were mainly 5 we have selected. What is their queries, and the queries itself is nothing but expectation. We feel that the queries itself is the expectation. So based on that, we have selected major 5 queries as well as expectation from the people who gave us the feedback. Like the first one is, when we asked what is this, what is the culture of collaboration, the first one they said us is, what are the practical ways to succeed in what is the practical ways to succeed in collaboration? So this is a query as well as an expectation. So we have selected this as one of the query and expectation. Going forward, the second what we have selected is how to create a platform for effective communication and exchange of views. So this is as well as a query as well as expectation, because people will expect that yes, how I should communicate, what views I should exchange, whether I should be very open to it or I should hide my opinions, or I should suppress my opinions or views. So this is the second one which we selected. The third one we selected, how to build a culture collaboration among fellow colleagues, because as I said you in the beginning only, it's a collaboration is nothing but 2 or more people coming together. So there cannot be a collaboration on individual. So this is the third query or as well as expectation what we thought we should be bringing to a notice. The fourth one is how to reduce dependency on the other function leading to the delay. Now the question is very important. We always say that okay, this department has not given, that function has not given, so we are delaying it. How to reduce these delays? This is one of the query as well as expectation. We felt that very important for the collaboration, because if you collaborate among yourself, definitely this delay can be avoided. The final one what we selected is how to meet a timeline. So this is a very difficult question to answer as well as very difficult question to think, because there is always a shortage of time for everyone, for every activity. So these are the 5 aspects what we selected, and we took it as a query as well as expectation from the people. So these are the 5 questions we are going to take you through, like how it will go, what is collaboration. Going forward.
Yeah, so now we'll be coming to the main term. Let's get into the meaning of collaborations before moving to the culture of collaboration. So my open questions to you all, what do you mean by collaborations? Everyone can just try, and there are prizes for trying. What do you mean by collaborations? On a simple. Okay, fine. Yeah. Great. Anyone else? Great. Some more from the backbenchers? Okay. Some more? Okay, great. That's a good one. Some more? With some practical example also of CFS and commercial collaborating. Okay, so most of you have hit on the nail itself, so you are correct. So we'll give a very simple definitions of collaborations, which is basically the dictionary word we have used, one from the Cambridge and dictionary, and the other one is the Wikipedia. So it is what most of you said, that 2 or more people working together to achieve the same thing or a common objective. So that's the definition given in Cambridge dictionary, and in Wikipedia it again says 2 or more people or even organizations or entities coming together to complete a task or achieve a goal. So that's a very critical one. So one example like we can give that when we often a joint venture, one of them is having a technical expertise and the other one is having a local market expertise. And when they join hand in the joint venture, the common objective is to finally produce and sell and earn profit from that locations or that region. So that's one example of when 2 entities actually collaborate. So there are many ways. It's not just limited to only just 2. There are many more who can collaborate together to achieve a common objective. And specifically, these are some the English which has been given over here. You can park it off because there are a lot of English, but mainly it deals with what are the essential elements for a successful collaboration. So yesterday we saw those examples where our team only successfully collaborated and created some of the record number of, for example, the nail balancing one. So those are some of the illustrations, and these are some of the features which needs to be there for a successful one going forward, and we'll present it in the next few slides. And on the organizational context, it is basically that relationship to develop and intervene to actually get it the way forward. So many of you have said in your queries that interdepartmental dependencies leads to delay, and that is actually creating a lot of bottlenecks to move forward. So here collaboration plays a major role, and actually going forward and actually meeting together and achieving a common goal is the key to the success. So cross-functional collaboration becomes very, very crucial to handle those things. And we'll also explain how that can be done. So there is a clear process which needs to be followed for the success of the collaboration. So I'll give it to Ravi for the types.
So taking further to the Sauna's this thing, like what are the types of collaborative working? We analyze the entire, as you are, so many people have told that joining two hands, joining two heads, joining two minds, or everything, like taking it that, right? But we put it entire thing into a 4 baskets. Basically, we have classified that entire thing into a 4 baskets as far as possible, best of our knowledge. But it can vary. But in that, the first basket we find is a team collaboration, which requires a full team. The team collaboration, whatever activity you do as a team, so it will fall under a bucket called team collaboration. One of the collaboration method is team collaboration. The second we found is a community collaboration. This is basically where you live, where you stay, where you work. So many things are there. It all falls under your community, your friends, your whatever you call it, like basically they fall under your community collaboration. The third we see is a business collaboration. If you are a professional, if you are working for your own business, or if you are working for whatever you call it falls under your professional. A professional thing falls under a business collaboration. And the finally is a strategic collaboration. It can be strategic collaboration maybe with your friend. In fact, it may be with your siblings, or maybe with your own sons and a daughter. What the collaboration you are going to do? What is that you are going to think about it? So we classified maximum. These are the 4 type of collaborating work possible, but there may be other things we don't know, but practically we classified the entire thing under 4 buckets. So going forward, what are the essential elements of building collaboration? So if you see here, we'll get a first question is why collaboration is needed? What is the purpose? Is it to cooperate? Is it to compromise? Is it to contradict? Or is it to confront? Or is it to conflict? Or is it to just collaborate? Then second, who all are involved in collaboration, and where and when it needed to occur? Now the second question will come into your this thing is, who all are going to be involved? Why it is to be? Where it should happen? The third question we'll get is, what are the advantages of I am collaborating with him? So what is my outcome? What is my end goal? What is my what I am expecting out of it? Then how this collaboration is going to happen? Definitely how it is going to happen. These are the essential elements of building collaboration. But if you look into it, the entire aspects, whatever we talk of the collaboration, ultimately it ends in a one word, like together everyone achieves more. It is nothing but a team. So we would like to highlight that it is collaboration, nothing but a teamwork ultimately. So together is the sentence what we call is a shaking of hands. Everyone is, whomever it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10, achieves a common goal or more than a common goal. So this is what we call it as a team, which is going to be the final statement. So then the question arises is, why collaboration is required? Or if not, what happens? If you see into it, there are various department meetings takes place, inter-department meeting takes place, so many things are taking place. But here what happens, we talk among ourselves and we leave it to that end.
what happens is there is no joining of hands or mind. So when you are talking with your team, it's a casual talk. The team also will think, okay, boss is talking, we are listening, so it's 5:30, let's get up, or 6:30, let's get up. So there is nothing. There is no exchange of your thought process. There is no joining of hand. You have to do it. That's all. As the time goes, you have to do it. So this may hinder the objectives of the organization also. So this is one of the reasons why we require a collaboration, to understand each other. There should be a common goal. The second is, in today's complex world, if you see that the business is changing every day, the business strategies will change every day. And if you don't tap the full potential of our team members, if you don't tap the full potential or make them to understand, listen to them, and listen to them and accept the new ideas, like somebody was telling in innovation, accept the new innovations, take it into your this thing. Then if you don't do that, again your organization, there may be your entire organization can be a setback for this. So with this is the reason why we need a collaboration. We see these are the major two things where we feel we need a collaboration. There should be a collaborative attitude among the people. So next we can take it to the advantages of collaborative culture.
Yeah, so for the advantages, so obviously Ravi was discussing why collaborations and what actually leads to some bottlenecks in collaborations. Now, before we get into that, let's also understand what are the advantages of collaborative culture. So, this is quite easy. Many of you will anyway know, but still I just wanted to understand what are in your mind as through collaboration, what do you expect to get? Some of the advantages, anyone from your side? Achieve common goal, okay. Okay, turnaround time, very good. Great, Vikas, that's a good point over here. Yes, somebody else was saying one more point. Yeah, definitely. So improvement of the quality as well as the productivity, that's something which we expect. New ideas, right, Shiva? So getting new ideas. So there are many. If anyone wants to, from the backbenchers, anyone else who wants to answer? That's good, very good. Cross-functional relations will improve. Yeah, new friends or relationship, building up the relationship becomes very crucial. Yeah, Renu, you were trying to say something. You were trying to say something. Anything you feel?
For a particular task, then it will become a motivation also for a company, like, and for everybody. If they will complete and they will get appreciation from anybody, or means like a contract, for an example. If legal team or GST team and commercial team, sales team come together, and that way if we'll get that contract, then it will be a motivation, and everyone will feel that we have given our contribution in that.
Yeah, great. Right. So when the team comes together, it actually leads to the success of the company. So that becomes very crucial. The more the collaborations and successful collaborations, more is the success for the company. So that is one of the key benefits from collaboration. So most of you have touched the key ones. I am just giving it. So it encourages problem solving because of meeting of the ideas. So new ideas coming in obviously will lead to the problems getting solved faster. It reduces the burnout or basically the attritions, because everybody will feel motivated to contribute and deliver. Obviously, there will be more job satisfaction. Then there will be a pooling of thoughts. That's the key thing, pooling of thoughts and ideas. And there will be an informed decision making. So the decision making improves when more and more people comes together from different functions. It actually helps in achieving our goals in a better way. So that is very crucial. It allows the employee to learn from each other. So in the previous session, it was said that some of the functions on Fridays actually come together to exchange their ideas. So that's a very good idea to actually learn and grow your own knowledge base. So that's also helps in collaboration. So collaboration does not just means only the profitability or the success of the company. It also can lead to knowledge-based growth, and what Ravi was earlier saying, even in the society or in the family, you can also collaborate together. The main thing is that what is the objective you want to achieve. So that is very crucial in the collaborations. And obviously, we say that employee productivity or the quality also improves. Problem solving we have touched upon. And that change, potential for change, whenever it's always we have the challenges of meeting the changes and how we can match it out. So collaboration is one of the biggest tools to actually match it and get accustomed with the changes. So that's a continuous tool that we can always use. And finally, the remote teams. So now with these digitizations, it's not necessary the team has to come together physically for the meeting. You can remotely also do that and close it out. So now coming to the critical elements for successful collaborations. So we have discussed a lot of things, why collaborations, how it will help, advantages. Now the most important point is that how to build it up for a successful collaborations. So the first one, which is very important one, is the common mission. What we are trying to achieve, whatever way, whether it is a team or the strategic or the corporate, whatever collaborations we want to do, first is establishing the mission, what we want to get at the end result. That is very crucial. Then you come to the next one, is that once you have established that what you want to do, like many of you have said that we want to also understand in this process that how can I use my limited resource to deliver on time. So first it is to be understood that what is you have to deliver and by when you have to deliver. So one of the questions or one of the expectations which is there, that closing the financials within first or second of the month. So we have to understand first that our mission is to close the financials within first or second and circulate the financials by the second of the month. How is it possible? So once we have achieved that mission, the next is getting the ideas, how to achieve. So cross-functional team will come together to share the ideas and then develop a form of a proposal through which we can actually get into a situation where all those things can come over and get closed by first or second. Maybe, for example, like automations, digitations, or giving a cut-off time before what we are doing it now. So all those things comes in this discussion phase. So we have to be open to our mind. And this, I think, even Shiva also said in the continuous learning, that you have to have an open mind. So in case of collaboration also, it's also, all these are interlinked. So either innovations as well as your continuous learning. So all these gets interlinked when you are trying to achieve, and then you collaborate together. So this is the second important thing. Third one is that when you have already formed a team, get into the situation where a platform is created for a synergy effect of the strengths. In a team, everyone will not have the same strengths or the same set of weakness. They will have different strengths. But as a team, if you can understand what are the strengths of these members, then you can use it together to get a synergy or a higher benefit. So that becomes very crucial in any sort of successful implementation of any collaborative teamwork. So yesterday when we were discussing the same example, I'll take again and again, that 43 pin balancing was not easy. It was very difficult. But I could see one of them, of that team member, was very focused and had a very balanced way of placing those pins over the other set of pins, which others were not able to do that out. So that was his strength. And the other team members in that team allowed him to do that out. Nobody actually intervened. So it's very crucial to understand who is having the strength in a particular area in a team and allow him to do that out. So overall we get the success easily. That's very crucial. And finally is the wholeness. So when we are preparing a plan or preparing a collaborative teamwork leading to the final goal, we need to see that there is no gaps. If there are any gaps or holes, obviously there is a chance of failure coming in, or the success rate would not be the maximum which we can get by blocking all the gaps. So this is extremely important for us to know. So these are some of the critical elements for successful collaboration. Now we get into the stages. So we have understood the critical elements, how to do it. And this, if you see the stages, we all know. It's nothing different that we are doing it out. But only thing is that we should have in mind that each stage what we need to do and how we need to follow that process. So obviously when you are actually building up a teamwork, we do a conceptualization. So I'll give a live example. Last year when we were planning out as a part of Project Triumph on standard costing system, implementing the standard costing system from the earlier moving average costing system, which was very crucial for us to get to the SKU-wise profitability. And this, we had appointed a consultant, PwC, IT team was there, commercial teams were there, business teams were there, as well as the CFS team were there. And cross-functional teams where already the core team was formed. And there was a lot of time we spent on conceptualization. And I still remember some of the time, at that situation, it was not very clear that whether it will become successful and in a running business, how it will be implemented and how the transition will happen. But it went on, and that is a very critical phase. When you are conceptualization, it has to be watertight, because if there are any gaps and you have not debated on any point, then it may fail in future. So there were many, many ideas coming out at that time, and we ensured that our original objective, that is basically getting into a SKU-based profitability, is achieved, and what all can come as a deterrent over there. So from there, next we actually prepared a proposal. So it's a proposal preparation and submission. So what we will be making the changes. So there was, we know, a document was created for sign-off, almost like a 70-page document was created, but it was a very detailed one. And it actually explained what all we need to do in our day-to-day, both on the accounting side, on the system run side, on the overall booking of the cost, even on pricing side. A lot of changes were actually planned over there. So this was put into the proposals. And then the next team comes is the management, where it is evaluated out. And finally, the approval is given. Once the approval is given over there, next is the implementation phase. So that's where you are implementing any collaborative work. And that's when you are executing whatever you had proposed. So all the PLC or the project life cycles, milestones, it's all created. So here also we had a 3 months implementation stage. Once we were implemented, then comes a testing phase, which we all know. And that's where a lot of teething errors came in. Especially I'm talking of the Project Triumph and the standard costing system, and everybody of us also knows that initially what all problems we faced. But that was very crucial for us, because if we had run that process 1 month before, we could have fallen in trouble, and that could have completely affected our MIS financial reporting and would have given us a wrong profits. So there, whatever errors were found, that was debated, corrected or rectified, and then we represented the whole thing again and changed the programs also with the help of our consultant PwC. So that's very crucial, testing phase. And finally, it comes to the dissemination phase. Because once it's implemented, it actually gets executed. Now, month after month, every 7 months, we are doing it out without any hiccups. So the whole collaboration has been successfully done. And now we have got into a situation of stage where we are able to get in some of the SKUs, AGM1 and AGM2 profitability, and very soon it will move on to all the SKUs. And mind it, earlier it used to be a very difficult thing to even get into a gross margin level where many things were not matching. One report is to give X figure, the other report is to give Y figure. Now we are getting to a stage where most of them are more or less matching with whatever is our expectation. So the financials, which is linked to the trial balance, from the trial balance, division-wise profitability to the SKU-wise profitability. And everything is in a chain, everything matches. So that is the overall outcome which we had planned in the very first stage. So these are basically the stages of collaboration. So that's what we said, that you may, during this stage, you may find a lot of challenges. But addressing those challenges is very crucial for any successful implementation. So now we move on to the types of collaborative tools. So we said how it has been done. Now with this modernizations, we can use a lot of tools, and in any collaborations, you know, whether it's the entities or the people, it has to be jointly work together and delivered. So presence of them is crucial. So physical presence used to be the demand earlier times, but today it is not needed because we have so many tools in digitized world that we can use and collaborate. So many cross-functional teams which are working in remote places, regional teams who are working at different regions can come together to sort out their problems through these tools. So one is an online whiteboard. So usually at the time of conceptualization and preparations, these whiteboards are used. This online whiteboards basically is available in any of your digitized platforms, where in a common whiteboard, 5 or 5, even more than 20 people can actually give their ideas in the same whiteboard. Like we normally, physically, we write our ideas in a normal whiteboard, but here in a digitized whiteboard, at one go itself, 20 to 25 people can give their ideas and can come out with certain concept. Then you can use the normal project management tools that we are seeing, the PLM and PLC models, which normally in the project tools we use. So that can be done, and this is mainly done at the time of implementation and executions, when we have already created various small milestones to achieve the final milestone. The third, obviously, is the shared calendars. So when many teams are working in cross-functional work or they have their own KRS to be achieved, getting the time becomes very crucial. So if we have shared calendars, we know each other when they are available, and we can also adjust accordingly and make available to actually share our ideas. This is very crucial, because if all the team members does not participate in a collaborative teamwork, it is bound to fail. So it is important that we take all the team members, everybody feels that responsibility and accountability to deliver. So all are interlinked. Even our next one, which will come as a culture for responsibility and your accountability, all those 4 tools are anyway connected. Next is the digital messaging tools, like we use a lot of SMS and WhatsApp. In fact, major part of these presentations were actually done through digital tool between myself and Ravi through WhatsApp messaging, actually. So, in fact, this is the first time both of us are meeting and actually delivering it out. The rest of the time we had not actually met. So that's a digitized way of collaborating. But we have actually prepared a presentation on a digitized manner. Next is obviously the cloud storage and file sharing tools that we use. Mainly when in case of collaborations, if there are a lot of data which needs to be collected, information has to be shared, then we can use this cloud storage and file sharing tools. And obviously the video conferencing tool that we usually use, the Zoom and the Teams Meet. That's a very crucial tool nowadays to come together for any collaborative work or the team work. And finally, the Wiki tools. So Wiki tools is a very common tools nowadays. Many of the IT team members have already started that out. So these are some of the common ones we usually use for a collaborative tools. And that also helps in getting into a very robust preparation of a proposal and finally execution. So now I'll ask Ravi to actually give the what actually stands in way of collaborations.
So as Saunak said, taking it to further, yes, what he has told is right. When Nikhil said that you and Saunak has to present the collaboration, I was really surprised that how I can do it, because it was really a great challenge that we both will really collaborate. Ultimately, how we will collaborate. That too, sitting apart at Thane and sitting in BBH, and at the same time handling the 2 different contradictory functions and fighting each other together. So I thought, no, then Saunak at least have me, no, don't worry, we will do it. So this is how
in fact, one of our peer commented is like Amir Khan and Shah Rukh Khan coming together for a dream project. So it's like that actually. But we have delivered. Still Amir Khan and Shah Rukh Khan has not delivered. We are delivering actually.
So somehow we are able to do something to that. Definitely this digital platform has helped us a lot, that we prepared, we interchanged, we exchanged our ideas, views and everything through the digital platform. This is how we collaborated each other. That is one live example we are telling. So that's what I want to tell. What stands in the way of collaboration? We took all the various aspects, like we discussed what is the problem, how it should be, all these things. But majorly we found there are 4 reasons, like where it can be hindrance to the collaboration. The first is the behavior of an individual. As I said, it's a behavior. Like I always say, my mindset is like it is my way or highway or no way. So that's all. This is what I want to do. This is the attitude which everybody should leave it from them, so that when you start welcoming the other idea, the collaboration will move. The second one is you have to trust your subordinates, and you have to give them the way, or the people with whom you are working, not only subordinates, but your customers, your other people, or you are in your family, or you should allow them to speak. You have to be more of a listener than a dictator. So then it will be the one of the, now what we are finding, this is the second hindrance in the collaboration, because people will feel, no, this is what. The third what we found is that the managers will start appreciating other individuals, like, oh, you have done a good job, good. The other people will get demotivated. Instead of that, if as a manager, if you start encouraging the team, okay, your team has done well. Like suppose in my case, if I say that, I always used to say, okay, Western region, you have done well. That is my commercial of Western has done well. They'll get motivated instead of I am telling, okay, Mr. Hitesh, you have done well. So this is the attitude change we have to bring in, and we are bringing in. The fourth is like encourage the people. No, you keep your information to yourself. Don't do it because it will be useful for us later. Let us not do it. These are all the four things where we found really dangerous for collaboration. If you come out of these four attitudinal this thing, definitely we will collaborate better way with each other, whomever, whether as a team or as an organization, anywhere, either as I told you in previous slides, whether it is in a community or it is in office or in a professional way, you will be able to collaborate much more better in that. These are the four traits, or what you call as the problems, which hindrances which you come out of it. So going further, that how to develop a collaborative culture. Now we found out that we thought a lot about it, and we shortlisted the majorly four things where we found how we can develop a collaborative culture. Very first thing is process, how the people do their work every day and what attitude they do and in what attitude they do. Because whether you have attitude of dictating, whether you have attitude of welcoming, whether you have attitude of listening to the people, whether you are welcoming the ideas of the people, this is a very important aspect in life that for collaboration. If you are open-minded, then the collaboration works better, because definitely you are one step ahead of than anybody else in this achieving the collaborative. The second one we found is that leadership and also aligning around a common goal. So leadership, here the leadership plays a major role. If as a leader, you should command a respect. You should not demand the respect. That's what we feel. Suppose if my leader, if he commands me the respect, I will be more open to him. I will be more expressing my thing that, look, boss, this is what is happening, or if your friend, look, this is what is happening. Suppose you are not supposed to press the people that they will be so this thing that they will not even open up their mind. They will not give their ideas, because we don't know what time which person gives a good idea at any given point of time. The second is aligning around a common goal. So when you are in a team or when you are in an interdepartment team, your goal should be common among yourself. You are working for a common goal. Suppose if you take it in a commercial, if my team used to tell me, sir, why you are talking only about PBT? Sir, common goal is PBT, nothing else. More than that you can't. Ultimately all other things are aligned to it. So there are a lot of things to be aligned. It is like there should be a common goal for that. The third what we are sharing is sharing of best practices. Whatever I do a best practice, which I found this is the best practice, we should share it with others. Look, you can take these ideas. If you want to do it, you do it. If you want to proceed further or you want to have any input, like example I can give you, we have done some of the project like Project Tigerwood in our projects. We now shared it with the service people that you look into it in your, is it possible, will it help you in any way? So please go ahead. These are the best practice what we have achieved in while doing this Project Tigerwoods. Then the last one is rewarding that, as I have already told, don't reward the individual, don't tell them, oh, you are best and I will only tell you have done an excellent job. No, you please reward the teams as a whole. As a team you have done good job, so that the other teams will also get motivated and you will have a teamwork. So teamwork is nothing but a collaboration. Ultimately we would like to say teamwork is nothing but a collaboration. So we talk a lot of things about that, but ultimately we say ended that teamwork is only the collaboration. So nothing else. So with this we'll
complete, and we open you all for the question
any
answers.
Questions anybody has got?
Anything you want to ask on these or anything that is going in your mind. So you had some 4-5 issues which you have given, which we highlighted. So whether that has been able to answer your queries and expectations. So on that, please let us know. And if additionally, if you have any queries, please let us know. Yeah, Dr.
That collaborative mind, or he doesn't want to support, or he may ask a question why it is required. I can explain him with facts and figures, but still he may not agree with that. That's a perception. So how do you suggest to go in this?
Yeah, so that's what even Ravi has shown there, that there will be always the challenges or resistance coming from the other side. So here first we have to build the relationships. That's a mutual trust. So once you build a relationship, a mutual trust, that we have also seen in a lot of the practical examples, many times the other side feels that whether that will encroach into his territory or it will lead to some trouble there if some sort of innovative things. So one has to win over that. And for winning over, you have to actually build the relationship, and it cannot happen in overnight. I have seen that. It cannot happen in overnight. You have to first get into a sort of a personal touch, and then you have to actually build up the trust. So many small activities where he feels, yes, you are there, and whatever you are doing, it is basically a supportive type of work you are doing, and that will be a common goal or benefit. And then when you approach for a bigger objective or goal, definitely you will find a positive response from the other player. But straight away, if you go and you have already not built up the relationship, it will definitely lead to some sort of a hurdle. That's a good question, Debtanu, and we always face that type of issues with many of them. So here also we are intermingling with each of us, coming together. One of the key reasons for that is that we are coming to know each other, and gradually we are building up the relationship, which will become very crucial for us to collaborate in future with new ideas. So that is one of the key ingredient of a successful collaboration or teamwork. Thank you.